in roster moves and more moves today for the New England Patriots, and that was Mike Vrabel reacting to one of the moves, and that is the release of Kendrick Bourne. The other big headline is that the Patriots have claimed Tommy DeVito.
Woo! Hey, Tommy.
Off of waivers.
Hey, Tommy Cutlets. Let's go.
So we'll get your reaction to these two items off the top. But this has just occurred to me, Mazz.
Yeah.
That comment, did you hear that?
Yeah, oh yeah, sure. I heard it on the way in, yeah.
So it's news to me. First of all, so it's like, is there another piece of information that's released that he didn't want released? But then really what I think he's reacting to there is the report, and you can tell me who had it, that Kendrick Bourne asked for his release and was granted his release because he asked for it. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty much universally been reported that way, I thought, from anything I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, and it was also Marcus Epps was part of that question, I believe. But go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so
Epps had an injury, but yeah, he also requested to be released.
Okay, so that they were asked to be released and they were granted their release because they were asked to be released.
It's the worst sign yet.
Go ahead.
I mean, with Bourne, for me, this is the worst sign yet.
Of what?
That this is they're not going to be great. The Kendrick Bourne, you would think ostensibly would want to be here. He had his best career season with the offensive coordinator who's back, Josh McDaniels, in 2021, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Go look it up. Kendrick Bourne's best season was with Josh McDaniels. When he was at camp early in the summer, he did the interview with Zolak and Bertrand. I heard it, I was like, well, even if he's dinged up and not the same guy post-injury, and it feels like he might not be, I listened to that interview. We all did, and we're like, well, he's going to luck for the team. He's happy-go-lucky. He's the one guy that sounds like he's ready to go. He wants to be with Josh McDaniels. He's going to know the offense. He'll be comfortable. Comfort usually means you're going to be a little bit more successful in the NFL. You would think you would think he would want to be here is the point. Josh McDaniels, he had worked together. It's all worked. He had his best season under him. He'd be comfortable here. People tell me this quarterback's going to be good. He's up and coming. He's going to be able to get the ball to Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne could be productive in this offense. What happened here? He decided, I want no part of this. Even though I would be comfortable with Josh McDaniels and I know the offense. And supposedly people tell me this quarterback's going to be good. This young up-and-coming quarterback, I don't want to work with. He looked around and said, I don't want to work with the quarterback. I don't really want to work with this head coach. I don't like what's going on here. Please release me. I want to go somewhere else. This is the worst sign yet. This is the one guy you can look at on the roster on that side of the ball in a room, in a wide receiver room that I know is full, but it's not full of talent, and he's been productive here before, again, to keep using that word, and Bourne could look around and say, like, I could do something here. No, this is a good spot for me. And he decided the complete opposite. I don't want that. This is the worst sign yet.
So the only other thing I wonder in this whole thing, did McDaniels want him?
Why wouldn't he?
You know what I mean? In other words, but then I wonder what was the communication like between Vrabel and McDaniels. So did McDaniels want him and Vrabel didn't? As far as the asking or didn't ask, I look at that and say, I'm not sure I believe Vrabel. I'm also not sure I believe Bourne. So if someone really wanted Bourne, they wouldn't have released him either way. Like, you know, they would have said to him, you're going to have a major role in what we do, and they might have been able to appease him. So we know they had too many receivers as far as yesterday. I feel like it's all sort of campaigning or image control now that either for Vrabel or for Bourne about who, you know, why did he hit the market and who made the decision, and, you know, even what you said about did someone leak it out and he didn't want it out. Like, it's all kind of bull crap. And I'm not telling you but I think his case is interesting because what the hell is going on?
Can I ask you who reported it first?
I think it was Schefter.
And did he say that?
Or maybe
Pelissero.
Tom Pelissero.
One of those, yeah, one of those. Sorry, it was Pelissero.
Do you mind just finding it?
Sure.
The first report, because
hold on.
And
Schefter had the detail that Bourne had asked for the release.
Okay. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. So Murray might be right. I'm not. I wasn't coming at it from that angle. I was coming at it from the angle of Vrabel. And we're just getting to know, like, I covered him as a player. So
sure.
I knew, you know, him as a player at a pretty decent level and followed him. So I think we all sort of knew him, but it's really coming home. He really can't help himself. He can't. And this is something Stillman said the other night, that get ready for it. He calls it Vrabelese, that he'll have an opportunity just to let it lay. And he just can't help himself from taking some sort of passive-aggressive shot or some sort of comment where you have to read between the lines. And for us, it's great because we like those sort of comments. We like reading into stuff and digging in and what does that mean and sort of finding the story behind the story and the extra layer. And I know some people aren't always interested in that, but maybe just Mazz as former beat guys and reporters who to just have it in their mind to listen to everything. And, well, what the hell did that mean? And then trying to figure that out. Vrabel's kind of a gold mine. I'm coming to learn. And, boy, he can't help himself. And so this is where I'm coming from on this. Real quick, Stu. Play Stillman from the other day. He talks about Vrabelese and the rat comment after he was asked about the Jalen Polk surgery. He just could have said no, but he couldn't help himself. Go ahead, Jimmy.
And the thing about Vrabelese and Mike Vrabel is there is always a pair of lines to read between. And the thing you have to understand about Mike Vrabel is he cannot help himself sometimes when it comes to passive-aggressive comments. If you go back to that cut, the question was very simple. Jalen Polk is having back surgery. Is there anything you'd like to add to that? Vrabel said no. Now, right then and there, that should be the end of it, right? Like if you're Vrabel and you're no nonsense and you don't want to give the media a quote, you don't want to say anything and you don't want to, isn't no the perfect answer? No and move on. But Vrabel cannot help himself. And this happened time and time again in Tennessee. Notably that.
So stop. So fast forward to today.
This comment did pop into my head when I heard Vrabel's
Fast forward to today.
Yep.
It's reported across the board. He's been released after asking for his release. And Vrabel's asked about, give me again the cut we just let off the show with, Jimmy. Please.
Players who request a release, have you determined whether to grant that release or say, too bad, you're sitting there?
I don't know who you're referring to, I guess, specifically.
Absent Bourne?
Yeah, that's news to me.
So stop. He can stop right there.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're referring to specifically. Epsom Bourne. Oh, well, that's news to me. Next question. But go ahead.
I mean, I think that we just, again, try to put the roster together. I mean, I guess when it doesn't work out, you break up with somebody, your girlfriend doesn't want to be with you. And then you say, well, I don't want to be with you either. I'm not going to get into all that.
But I'm not going to get into it. Go ahead.
So was that?
I just said I'm not going to get into it.
I'm not going to get into it. Fine.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of like, well, I'm dumping you. Oh, no, wait, I dumped you first. He can't help himself.
Yeah.
Right. You can't fire me. I quit.
So this relates to the Bourne thing. Oh, you think that we release him because they asked to be released? Well, it's sort of like your girlfriend that says, well, I want to break up. No, I broke up with you first. He can't help himself.
True. Yes, absolutely true.
There's
He
bitterness behind those words, though.
A little bit.
I mean, that's why he said it. That's why anyone ever says that. No, I was ready to dump you too. No, you're the one that got dumped. Bourne dumped you. He wanted to be gone from this operation.
See, but I'm not sure I totally believe that either because it benefits Bourne to say, I want it out.
I'm just saying, this isn't all that important. But it's just what struck me as Vrabel
of course.
just said this. It's like he really just can't let it lay. You know what I mean? He's got to get in there and say, you broke up with me? No, we broke up with you. Like, it's important for him to get that out. And, well, there it is. So you don't believe him. You believe Bourne.
I think I don't believe either one of them. I don't know who's telling the truth. My guess, put it this way. If they were going to release Bourne, why didn't they do it yesterday?
I don't know. Good question.
Why didn't they do it yesterday? So
the whole thing was a mess. When they initially tweeted out that roster, thanks to Panini, that we read on the air, Bourne wasn't on it. Cole Strange was.
So
then
great.
They quickly deleted it, and they had him on the final roster. And now he's gone. I think there's to me, that reeks of there's disagreement in terms of Vrabel or McDaniels, Vrabel and McDaniels, some of the coaches. They weren't on the same page. The social media team was ready with the roster. They put it out, and then it was like this scramble to be like, no, that's not it. Pull it down, and then we'll give you the new one. Because they're not on the same page. That's what it reeked of to me.
So that the McDaniels part, I do wonder about. Like that one, I think is sort of McDaniels and Bourne have a past. They have a connection. So the McDaniels want him, and that's why they kept him yesterday. And then Tommy DeVito became available, and Vrabel said, F that. We're getting rid of this bum. I don't like this guy. He doesn't like me. See you later. And, sorry, Josh, we're doing this. Like, I don't know. Like, but something like that. because the change from yesterday to today on Bourne to me is curious.
So it's just, and Vrabel's sort of frustrated by the
Yeah.
whole messaging of it, and yet he can't help himself. And
He really can't, though. No, he really can't, because he shouldn't have even said that's news to me.
news to you.
He just said, look, we're just putting the roster together. End of story.
You know-
You decide what you want. I'm not getting into it with Kendrick Bourne one way or the other.
And he was clearly like he sort of talked about the signing of DeVito without mentioning the name or really talking about him specifically. He didn't want to talk about the specifics of the things that have, I thought, been done and been reported on. Certainly reported on. He says you'll know at 4. I guess they're going to release the final roster at 4, whatever. And he wants to wait till then. Yet it's all out, and it's all been messaged, and he's kind of behind it, and he can't help himself. It's a little less than dialed in, maybe, perhaps. Again, not a big deal, but I just get a kick out of Stillman's analysis and just it being in my face so badly how he can't help himself. He can't help himself. And clearly he doesn't like the messaging from the Bourne side, apparently, that Bourne quit, he wasn't fired.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, went right up his ass. And again, maybe he feels like it challenges his authority or makes him look like he's appeasing players who want out, or who knows? Like, sort of what I mean by the image thing. It's like, but the whole thing, I will agree, is curious. What the hell?
Okay.
Just say nothing or answer the question,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Can't help himself. It's great. I'm here for it. How do you feel about Bourne being off the roster?
It doesn't bother me in the least bit.
I don't think it's great. I don't think it's good at all.
I told you, I've been down on Bourne for a while. I've had enough of Kendrick Bourne. Not that I dislike the guy. I like the guy a lot. What's he given them over the last 3 years?
No, not much, because he hasn't been the same post-injury. But I don't think it's good because you need people that know Josh McDaniels' offense that can help your quarterback along. He's not the same player, so I'm not going to argue with anyone like that. He's not the same guy that he was when he first got here with Mac Jones. But you want people that are comfortable with Josh McDaniels' offense to ostensibly make the quarterback more comfortable. Now he's gone. He had an opportunity to kind of show out in a full room with now 8 receivers or 7 because they've now also released Javon Baker. But he had an opportunity here to be at least like the third guy. And
They've released Baker?
They have released Baker.
Oh, he's gone too?
Yeah, that
Just
just
when?
happened in the last couple of minutes.
Hit the button just because I want to hit the button.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Please, let's do that.
So maybe they just put these guys on as fillers
Just fill it.
until they clean
Or
them.
there's miscommunication between the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Let's
could
hit a
be
button,
that.
please. Hit a button.
This is breaking sports news. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From Mike Reese of ESPN, the Patriots are releasing wide receiver Javon Baker.
Thank you.
Thank you,
go.
Murray.
You wanted it.
No, I did. Yes. No, don't you?
Yeah.
So they picked up a defensive back in Tommy DeVito, right? So the 2 receivers out, 2 new guys,
Yeah.
and a quarterback and a secondary guy.
Yep.
Mark Daniels says the plan per source is for Baker to sign with the Patriots practice squad. If he
Okay.
clears waivers, which he will because no one wants their suck players.
Does Vrabel know this?
And what's his name's going
News
to
to
the
me.
Braden Swinson's going to the practice
Oh,
squad too. The
huge
linebacker.
news. Yeah.
Hang on.
I'm not. Oh, no.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't
This
do
is
You
that.
wanted
breaking
it.
sports news. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change on 98.5 The Sports
Go ahead,
Hub.
Jim.
Stop it.
Per Mazz, Braden Swinson headed to the Patriots practice team.
I like it. I do. He's a 5th-round pick. What are you cutting his ass for? He should have been on the roster. And there wasn't an indication that he totally sucked in camp, but the fact that he's on the practice squad at least makes some sense to me. Maybe they had too many guys here. They have so many edge guys already that they said, and I say so many, but they have a depth of them that, it didn't make sense to cut a 5th-round pick or whatever he was. So if it means that they got him through to put him on the practice squad, so be it.
Okay, the 8 receivers never computed. That's just not what functional NFL teams do. And when you have 8 receivers, it means you don't have enough O-line, D-line, second, whatever. It means you have so few good players that you can afford to overload at one position. So that was just a bad look. And I never thought that was going to hold, and it hasn't held 24 hours. So Bourne out, Baker out. We can get Caden Wallace out. We can get that storyline back of the entire 2024 draft being wiped out other than Drake May.
Still in play.
It's coming. So we still got that.